And now to something uplifting. Heal the Hood Foundation. Memphis launches its Wake Up Tour this week to engage students and address several issues. The Heal the Hood website says the Wake Up Tour tackles issues from drug addiction to crime and violence, anti-bullying and self-esteem building. The tour is the longest running positive school tour in Memphis history. And here with me today to talk more about it, once again back with us, and we're delighted to welcome him, Liddell Beeman, the CEO of Heal the Hood Foundation Memphis, and Bryant Kelly, who also has a artist name that is Be Radical. He is also on the tour. So, gentlemen, thank you for coming today to be on A Better Memphis. We know that's really what you're after, A Better Memphis. That's why you do what you do, Healing the Hood. And Liddell, help us understand what the Wake Up Tour is and how it works.
So the Wake Up Tour is basically a 55-minute assembly program on steroids. And that's what we call it. And the reason why is because, you know, when I was coming up, I was always encouraged by assembly programs that came to school, and it just made me feel like somebody, and it just put a fire on the inside of me to be able to reach my goals and come out from the situations that I was dealing with. So that's what we do. You know, it's about waking people up, shaking them with to awareness and their social consciousness.
All right. And so, Bryant, how did you get involved with this tour?
Well, I originally was doing my own thing with the Be Radical, you know, just trying to be positive inside our communities, whatnot. But, man, one time I linked up with Mr. Liddell. I told him I love what he got going on, and, man, he threw me right aside the miss, and I just fit it right in.
That's fantastic. Now, he is one of the most inspired and gifted artists. He's a graphic artist, as you know, and has created his own superhero characters and has his own outlet for helping young people see the gifts that they might be able to cultivate with graphic arts. And
Absolutely.
so you're still doing that, right?
Oh yeah, you know, we're doing major things with the comic book, and that's something that we have Drugs Are the Villains of the Future, our new comic book that actually has Mayor Paul Young and it has Mayor Harris in it as well. So yeah, some major things going on.
All right, and when we say you're an artist, what kind of artist are you?
I'm a Christian hip-hop artist. I go more for the positivity, just try to show kids that they could be themselves and talk about something that ain't talking about killing and taking people's lives.
Well, that's a beautiful thing. We're glad to hear that you're sending that message. So, Liddell, your tour features rappers and artists like Be Radical.
Absolutely.
And as well as actors, motivational speakers, mixing education and entertainment. Take us behind a little bit of how you plot it all out.
Well, one of the things that I saw is that I looked up and saw how the media, just television, period, and movies inspires kids. And you know, and I was thinking about it, I said, we can inspire kids to do negative things through media. We can use that same medium and inspire kids to do what's right. And so, you know, I saw it work in the first tour that we did, and we put this tour together. Everybody was screaming and yelling, and at the end, the kids were in tears because they saw their heart's story in front of them play out. And we were able to reach those kids, and since then we're 550,000 strong that we have reached since 2004.
That's amazing. So 21 years of service now at Heal the Hood Foundation.
And I keep getting younger. I don't know what's going on.
Well, Bryant, I heard you say you're a Christian rap artist. What other messages do you try to share?
Well, I do stay oriented towards the Bible because I think that's a perfect guide for the lifestyle. It's just, my biggest message is love. Treat others like you want to be treated, man. I feel if we doing that, then a lot of the killing, a lot of the stealing, a lot of the other things that's going on will be much better, man, because, you know, love, we keep no record of wrong, man.
Absolutely.
Right, well, very good. Liddell, this has been going on 21 years now?
21 years. When we first started, you know, it was a kind of a cycle of what's going on now. It was a crime. It reached an all-time high, you know, and it was a year, January 11, 2004. Crime had just reached an all-time. It was a killing that year for every day of the year into the summer. And so we just decided, you know, just looking at everything, we need to take our influence in front of the kids. And so when we take the tour to the school, we already have a collective group of kids. And so it's like bringing a concert to the kids, but at the same time getting them out of that. And so the momentum is taking us to Arkansas, it's taking us to Fayette County, it's even taking us to Alaska. Wow. And so the reach of it is powerful, and the comic book was actually birthed out of the Wake Up Tours that we do.
Very quickly, how do you pick the schools you're going to?
We really go to the guidance counselors and we hear, you know, some of the Shelby County's commissioners. They let us know that we want you to go into these particular schools because of what's happening. We go into high-risk schools where a lot is going on, and that's how we really get them. If we see something going on, we go right to the source of the issues.
All right. Well, Adele Beeman and Brian Kelly, also known as Be Radical. Good luck to you this year on the Wake Up Tour. Thank you so much for sharing the message and doing the great work you do to make this a better Memphis. We're going to be back in just a moment.